Oh, hey, honey. Josh at work gave me an idea. I think I'm going to try to see if I can get you to help me turn all of this mess I got sitting here into an idea. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's had a great and wonderful day. Or having a great and wonderful day. Yeah, Josh at work, it's one of those things where, someone mentions something to you and you're like, oh yeah, I could do that. I want to try it out. It's just something neat. It can be actually probably used for multiple things too. Let's see if we can turn this into what's in my head. All of this is scrap stuff that I've milled and pieces sitting around the shop, and well, if you see my shop, I need to get some stuff done. Yeah, it's a big old piece of dirty glass, isn't it? Okay. So anyway, Josh over at work was a real great guy. Came out because me still being on the mend, I'm getting a little better. Thanks for all y'all's thoughts and prayers. So he come over here to help me with my beehive and get a good check out on it and everything. And I had a bunch of wax fall off of a frame because I didn't wax my frame or didn't put a pre-coat of wax on the plastic frame boards. And
we're still learning.
We're still learning. And he said that it's best when you get those plastic ones, if they don't have a wax on them, put a wax on them so it kind of makes a better bond. So the whole idea came out with I needed to melt the wax that I just had all fall off, let the bees take all that honey out of it, put it back in the hive. And he's like, I've got a little solar wax melter at home. And I was like, I've always thought about a little solar oven, which, we could probably use it for the same purpose of that too.
Maybe.
But I think I'm going to try to see if I can make me a little solar wax melter, and then it could probably be for other solar cooking or something later on, just to try it out. So
if you're in the need of a way to melt your beeswax without spending any electricity, especially for off-gridders, this we're hoping is going to turn out really well to melt that wax. And then we're going to use that wax to coat the frames, put new frames in a nuke we're starting.
Yeah. And so he had aluminum screen. And that's the only thing I don't have. Is, like I said, this is all stuff from around my house. So I've got some of that.
It's screen, but it's like a cloth.
That cloth screen stuff or whatever you get normally nowadays. We're going to see how that works. If it doesn't work that great, then I'm going to try to find me some aluminum. We're going to see how this works. But just basically just going to make a box. The bottom of, I'm making it pretty thick so it can probably hold the heat in. Put a bottom on it. The pans on the bottom to collect the wax. The screen.
These will have water in them, right?
Yeah, we could put water in them.
So the wax doesn't stick.
So it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan, but I'm pretty sure if it does, you can still just kind of easily pop it back off. Just a piece of glass. That's an 1/8 of an inch piece of glass that I'm going to try to use some of these little strips to maybe make a little top and bottom part on it to where I can just slide the glass in so that hopefully wind won't blow the glass away. I was going to use an old window I had, but they're pretty big. And I was like, I don't think I need to make something that big. So,
but you'll see.
We're going to go with this and see if I can get somebody to help with these heavy boards and stuff, because technically I'm not supposed to be lifting anything heavy. So far she's done pretty good at just stacking the big boards up here. So let's see if she can cut them all up a little bit.
Oh no, buddy, you're on your own. You got to call the dogs.
Get
the donkey. Steve will do it.
Every time I ask one of the animals to come out here and help me, all they do is stare at me and ask for food.
I'm going to go mow a log.
Okay.
I'll clean your glass for you first.
Oh, appreciate that.
I'll move it.
Alright, let's get going. So these are some old stuff that we had milled. That one big log we had off that end of that one dead tree. It's about 2 inches thick, I think. Inch and a half actually, or inch and 3/4. Inch and 3/4. So I'm gonna mill it down. We're gonna make the box sides 11 and a half. So getting 2 straight edges on it so that when we go put it on the saw, we can get straight cuts out of here. So I've got it set at 11 3/4, and we'll reset it to the 11 and a half. Ready, Hanny?
Ready.
And if anybody's at work watching, look, made me a 2-second improvement. Put me a little trash can to throw all my little scraps in instead of throwing them on the floor and then picking them up later. Go me.
Look.
Yeah, I got no beat. Alright, so I made it. The glass overhangs just a hair bit on each edge so that I can grab it, because I'm going to put a little strip down here at the bottom and the top, and then another little piece is going to go right on top of it. It'll have some room and play, but that way I can slide the glass in and out, and that way if wind or something comes, since I didn't use one of those windows that had a wood frame, I was going to hinge it, but this way, if the wind comes or something, it shouldn't blow it out, break the glass, Glass ain't cheap. Okay, got my box, got the lip on it to slide the glass in, which works really great. Here's my pans to put in the bottom of it. It's going to make it like a little screen border. Probably put some screws or nails on there so that the screen can sit on something. And these could be underneath it. But my lovely assistant, always so brilliant, came up with even a better idea, and a quicker and easier one to do too. We've got this place called Ollie's down around here, and they sell bulk stuff and everything. It doesn't sell somewhere else. And so when you go there, and especially when you got a 15% off everything in the store coupon special they got, they had Instapot inserts, which is an 8-quart stainless steel bowl and everything. I think they range $20-$40 if you bought them. And these are new. $4.99.
What? We got 15% off.
Yeah, that's what I said. And then we had the 15% off on top of that. So for a nice bowl that's an 8-quart, nice and pretty, that's what we're going to use.
I have good ideas too.
With that, yeah, she came up with that just on the spur of the moment too. See, the kids are watching and they're like, "Nuh-uh." No, really, it was her. So we're going to do it a little easier. We'll put a little water in there, and we'll just take a piece of the screen, put it over the top. We can lay the wax on top of there. And as my wife always complains that I keep old shoestrings and stuff like that.
He keeps everything.
From old shoes. The shoestrings are perfectly good. The shoes just blew out. Put me a little knot on it, a little loop on the end, and I can just loop that. And this pot's actually got a lip on it too, so I can just loop it underneath the lip.
A bungee cord would work too, but
yeah, this is just what we just had hanging around. I'm just kind
we
of
seem to have used all our bungee cords already.
and just make it a little slip knot where you just pull it around that loop and then pull back like a little loop through it. And then that way you can put the wax right there and it'll just drop straight down the screen. You can easily pull back off, shake off all the little insect pieces and parts and junk that doesn't melt. Everything else go on the bottom. Voila. And the box will be big enough to put 2 of them in there at a time. Voila. So we can set the wax right on here. We'll put a little water in the bottom so it doesn't stick too bad. And that way too, if I had that screen with those two pans in there, you know, maybe some wax would have fell between the cracks or some. This way, it should just all go down there, you know. Obviously, it doesn't do a whole bunch at one time. I'm still going to probably make me another screen later on so that you can lay out a bunch of wax at one time, and maybe go get you one of those aluminum roasting pans would fit in here to cover the whole bottom, you know.
Ooh,
so,
yeah.
But let's go get this thing out in the sun. Let's put some wax on it, and let's see if this idea does work pretty well. And then we'll get you the rest of the footage on all that here in a minute. Alright, so I got the wax in there. All we got to do is just slide this right on over. Look how easy that was. I got it propped up in the sun a little bit. Right now I just hit it. It was 90 degrees because it's hot outside. So we'll see how this works. And got two little piles on there. Like I said, I propped it up with a brick so that the sun's hitting it at a good angle. We'll come back, check on it in a little bit, and let you know if it's working worth the darn or not. Stay tuned. All right. Well, it's been an hour. Sun's been kind of going in and out of the clouds. Of course, you know, when you're doing this like solar oven, always get it in the right spot, right angle. Ooh, that's hot.
Look at all the melted wax down there.
But you can see it's already melted, sitting on top of the water. I mean, in there right now, 141 and 138 with us opening the glass on it. So, I mean, it's cooking in here. I can feel it. But you can see the wax is going down to the bottom. That is just a neat little thing. Josh, I'm hoping you're watching. Thanks again for the idea again. You know, it's one of these things that always takes someone just to give you that little extra. I mean, you can be the smartest person in the world, but you can always forget about something. And this is something, it's like, holy mackerel, that's right. It worked great. So, probably getting it real good sun. I bet you this thing could cook up to 200 degrees, I bet. So, or more. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So I'm so excited about this. No energy, melt the wax, and there's so many applications you can use the beeswax for, but we are actually going to use this to paint our new frames because we're making a nook.
Yeah.
Because our mentor said so.
Well, he said that I needed to paint my frames or smear the wax on the frames, so doing that.
We're really excited. This is working out well.
It's
only 1 hour. And
it's doing pretty good.
We've got more wax to melt.
Yeah, so it's neat. Shauna's idea about using the Instapots we got for real cheap. I mean, I wouldn't say go out and buy you some Instapots. Probably if you just got an old pot laying around the house. Mm-hmm. It works. It's great. So
I'm excited. This is gonna work out fantastic.
Oh yeah, great, wonderful. Thanks again for coming along. I sure do appreciate it. Y'all have a great and wonderful one, and I can't wait to see y'all till next time. Later.
God bless.